All right, so this discussion segment is all about build up to Edo 2020 and of course the outcome of the fallout of the APC crisis. Yes, there must be reaping after sowing. There was discord and there was many things that came up or came out of that crisis. Who are the biggest winners? Who are the biggest losers? But one thing is for sure, Edo State is the biggest loser. But analysts will be able to throw light on that. With me here in the studio, I'd like to start my introduction by introducing a one-time vice chairman and of course an acting chairman, a politician, a legal practitioner. Join me to welcome Honorable Desmond Ugbo. Honorable, welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
Thank you for having me.
All right, here very close to him is a Labour devotee, a political analyst, public affairs commentator, and of course he's in the teaching sphere in Edo State. Join me to welcome Comrade Money Mike Modesty Toa. Welcome to the show, sir.
Listen, good morning.
Appreciate your coming.
To all of you.
All right. It started as a joke. It started when words were traded. It started also when tempers flare. It all began when meetings upon meetings that were meant to resolve the issue, the devil in the APC refused to find a balanced ground, so to speak, for the crisis to be resolved. And here we are today, embattered party, embattered personalities, embattered Edo State. People have been asking, how did we get here? Let me start off from you, Honorable Desmond Ugbo. How do you really feel about the outcome of the crisis?
Thank you, Wisi. You see, asking me how I feel, yes, with what we have seen in Edo State recently, the political intrigues, the battle to retain the #1 seat of governor was intense, and we saw party leaders, some were pro, some were against the particular decisions that culminated in the recent crisis that snowballed into a worsening dimension that saw the defection of the governor of Edo State to PDP. And all these were certain things that you expect in politics. It is not strange to politics. The crisis that we just witnessed and the end to it was a reflection of the party, how large it is. You know, when there are so many actors, especially in the game of politics where interest is permanent, no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, you are bound to see things like this. Mind you that the 2023 presidential election is another thing that can be added to what we just saw play out in the political crisis that rocked the APC. Thank God the intervention of the president on Thursday at the next meeting, where all matters were laid to rest. Those who have gone to court to ask for the seat which ordinarily wouldn't be theirs, and those who were there that were suspended, and the politics that are now evolved that saw the Edo State embroiled in crisis, ranging from the controversial inauguration of the House of Assembly, the quest by the governor to continue or to contest the second term election, and the fact that party leaders were called all sorts of names, they were profiled criminals and all sorts of derogatory comments, and that if you related the consciousness of the leaders of the party that saw the emergence of APM, and that also now invoke the wrath of government using government instrumentality to fight against the party or perceived enemy from within. All these were certain crises that have become history today. Thank God the special intervention of the president through the NEC meeting has been able to validate the primaries that was conducted that saw the emergence of Pastor Sagi Zeyama as the candidate of APC, And the disqualification of Obaseki in APC, which later led to his version to a PDP, today is now the validly nominated candidate of the PDP. And in both parties, there are legal grants that have been settled. Now, these two persons are validly nominated on their political platform.
Okay.
Now, what is left is for the various political parties to go back home and make arrangements to sell themselves before the electorate on the premise of their achievement or what they intend to do for Edo people.
Okay.
Taking the indices of the economy, the state security, the health sector, the education, and every other sectors of the economy.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Is what Edo people are expecting to hear in the next few days.
All right. Now, the president made a pronouncement, and according to reports, all the parties involved in the APC, they've taken it in good faith, like what you said. Also, PDP, also, they had their own brief argument, but it was resolved, and here we are. Both parties do have candidates. Do you see peace right now when you talk about the politics in Edo State, or the trouble is about to begin?
When you say the politics in Edo State, I think you should be making particular reference to the intrigues in the APC, so to speak. Because if you say the politics in Edo State, you're generalizing. The question you ask is APC related. Mr. President has done well by intervening in the crisis within his party. I think fundamentally one cannot outrightly say that the matter has been put under the carpet. Instruction has been given that all court cases be withdrawn. I'm not sure as we speak the court cases are already withdrawn. So it's not yet to huru. You don't know who is going to stand up to say, I'm going to withdraw, I'm not going to withdraw. So we have not gotten to the end of the matter. Be it as it may, I think the intervention of Mr. President is, so to speak, it's a welcome development. And if we start to say the intervention of Mr. President, in the sense that he allowed the National Executive Committee to meet, and he gave credence to the court that empowered Victor Giadon to so convey a meeting. Notwithstanding whatever intervention that has happened, I think all the activities are culminated into the almost dead end for APC in Edo State are now beginning to simmer down, going by what my dear brother and friend has said. I am here. I'm always a representative of the people. I don't speak for political parties, and I will speak for the people of Edo State. Let us understand that whoever is contesting an election in Edo, in any political platform, are sons and daughters of this state. Is that not true? So they are all eminently qualified, and if the constitution of the political parties, and by extension the Electoral Act, and the requirement of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria have all been met, and they go to the polls, it is now left for them to go and market their candidates. I mean the political party, they should market their candidates on the basis of what they have done, what they are capable of doing. And I must tell you, those who are in Party A today may decide on the basis of good marketing strategy, may decide to say, okay, we may move to Party B or C. And those who are on B or C may decide to say, it is no longer good for us to remain in B or C. Let us now move to A. The mass exodus of politicians from one party and the other is about to begin. Underline the two words, mass exodus. It's about to begin. Politicians in Nigeria and Africa are not as matured as you will find in their advanced climes. So if stomach infrastructure, most times is the in thing in Africa, Nigeria without exemption. But what is before the people this year in Edo is the people have said no to godfatherism. The people are going to say one man, one vote. The people are going to say no to Togri. And it may end up as a matter of an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. So whoever is boisterous of what he or she can do to bend the hands of the people of Edo State backwards, to go through illegitimate means to attain a position, should be ready to face the people of Edo State in any of the political parties. Edo State is not the way people used to think of other states in the past. We have gone past that stage. It is now a state where the people are beginning to take their destinies in their hands. But the underlying expression will be, in all the political parties, those who belong as members, as leaders, are our own brothers and sisters. We are all related in one way and the other. But by freedom of association and freedom of choice, in this time and date, I'm not sure husbands will be able to tell their wives where they will go. And I'm not sure wives or fathers will be able to tell their children where they will go. The choice for those who are eligible to vote must be the maximum consideration. Therefore, all the political gladiators, no matter the political platform they are coming from, they must be ready to face those state people face to face. When I say face to face, tell us, put the cards on the table. We will ask you questions. We will evaluate you. The days of saying you pass through the back, you carry the ballot box, I am sure in this election is going to be gone and gone forever.
All right, it's going to be gone and gone forever. Talking about defection, the decision of the president with his, some people call it command, some people call it a way of settlement. Is it going to affect the popularity of the APC in Edo State, knowing fully well that they're just recovering, so to speak, from the crisis that really shook the boat of the party?
Thank you very much. Let me just quickly react to what my brother had just mentioned when he said that the party, those who are in court, have not indicated interest to withdraw cases from court.
No, he said as actually we've not heard or seen.
But let me tell you, I want to assure him that the party that we are in, the APC, has done everything possible within the confines of the party position to discipline members. That those in the past refused to adhere to party discipline does not mean that those who are willing to stay back on the basis of party supremacy will not hearken to it. And I want to let you know that what just happened in APC recently is like throwing the bathwater and saving the baby. But there are a lot of people who were head-bent on making sure that both the baby and the bathwater are thrown out. The party, in their wisdom, the leadership came to save the baby and discard the bathwater, which had been badly polluted. I think what that suggests is that the defection that we saw recently in Edo State is nothing to affect the position of APC in Edo State. When my brother talked about this time around, Edo people will decide that he's not sure anybody will be told. Even to your own wife, you cannot tell her the person he or she will vote for this time around. That is because of the level of political socialization. People are becoming more socialized, more aware of the politics of their own society. The advent of the social media has done a great deal in that regard, despite the issue of fake news. All these are certain things that we are beginning to see. Like you said, the election of Edo State this year is going to be based on your achievement and your focal point, your sellable manifesto. What do you intend to do for the people, and your tenacity in holding on to promises and certain things that Edo people will be enlightened about, will be made to know, so that that will form their decision to vote. Now, the issue of defection that just happened in Edo State, you saw is like Arsenal signing players, then Liverpool is also signing their cross carpeting. Pastor Sagi Zeyamo left PDP with all his supporters. Recall that he was the Director General of Atiku Campaign Organization in the last election. And we saw the vote of PDP in Edo State at that time. And these were made to happen because of the lives of Pastor Ezeyami, because of his grassroots politics. And now Obaseki has left APC now to PDP. And majority of the people that left with him are those who are still currently working with him. And these people, most of them, that even evoke the anger of the party men to note that most of those aides are not from Edo State. And those are the beef.
You don't have proof of that.
No, I think
you don't have proof of that.
That is what the party initially said, and we were made to now discover that actually majority of these people are not known core politicians in the state. So the issue of is there Obaseki crossing from APC to is even going to be a deductive factor to his political permutation, considering the fact that majority of the core politicians are hell-bent on leaving their party, because if at all your roof is leaky, what you do is to invite a carpenter to fix it, rather than collapsing the entire building and set it all over. I think nothing has happened to the position of APC, who came with the mantra one man, one vote. And APC is waiting to demonstrate how electorate can reward gratitude for gratitude and ingratitude for ingratitude.
All right. Now, from what you said, APC is intact. No matter what is happening, the decision of the president is not going to affect, or is not affecting. We'll talk about the strength of the party. But from your own assessment, has it weakened the party in Edo State, or the party has gotten stronger?
Wilson, I think maybe for the COVID-19 protocol, that's why you didn't have somebody from the other side here. Like I told you, I'm for the people. From the way my friend is speaking, it's like he has a made-up mind somewhere. So there would have been an alternate person.
Not to worry, they are there waiting. When they come around, but I'm throwing the question right now at you. What do you feel? As if from your own assessment?
From my own assessment,
yes,
as a citizen,
yes,
I can tell you the decision taken by APC NEC right now, and all court cases be withdrawn. Like I said, as we speak, they have not been withdrawn. In Edo State, we are aware we have 2 APC secretariats. Did the NEC also decide to say Secretariat A or Secretariat B collapse into this? Has the NEC decided that? Or is the caretaker committee now that is being headed by a governor coming to also dissolve the 2, maybe ask the 2 APC factions in Edo and the Secretariat to be expunged and the caretaker committee put up? It's not yet Uhuru. They still have a lot of hurdles to cross. We are just looking at it from the surface. A lot of things are still underneath. My prayer for them is, I usually would like peace. Let them resolve their crisis and let there be peace. But let me also tell you, as an addition to what he has said, I will want to make this very quickly and sharply too. If a crowd is on the streets, on a street, and heavy rain comes suddenly, heavy rains come down suddenly, do you determine the house they are going to run, the houses they are going to run into? They have to determine the houses they will run into, to hide and take their shelter, to have a shelter. This thing is not cast in iron. But I'm happy. Whether 3 persons are in Group A and 50 people are in Group B, I have also told you, between now and September 19th, you may be shocked. We have many parties fielding candidates. I know no less than 4 or 5 in Edo, or 6. They are fielding candidates. We pray all our people are able to come together. Let's do this thing the way it's supposed to be done. Everybody go and cast your vote. Those who have PVC, start looking for them now, bring them out. Every community leader should go and sensitize their people. Traditional rulers, pastors, imams, sensitize their followers that they need to vote. They need to go and vote. The power to become the governor is in our hands. We are the people. The voters are the ones to determine who becomes a governor. But no matter the quarrel or anger within or across the political parties, what is most important is that they should all believe that Edo needs to be peaceful, to have a peaceful election. We don't want to start hearing stories of people with 20 people with arms here and there, or people going to willow people. Let us not go degenerate to that extent. After the election, we are still coming back as brothers and sisters. We will see it on the same dining table, because then all our eyes will have been cleared. The battle has been fought and won. But at the end of the day, even when we say fought and won, my thinking is that no victor, no vanquish. Let brotherly love continue. But if we so much make it look like the bad world is so terrible, to the extent that brothers of the same parents can no longer greet themselves because they belong to different political camp, that is foolishness of the highest order. That is foolishness of the highest order. And a large family can decide to have its own offspring in different political parties. It doesn't mean that one particular family can just say everybody be in one political party. Because you don't know who's coming to power. So sensitive families most times will say, okay, let's share ourselves. You go this way, you go this way. And then when that comes around, we know we are involved.
All right.
There's always room for going and coming. So my own is that Edo State needs to be peaceful.
Okay.
And all the political actors, no matter the level of animosities that have built up to this moment, let's start whittling them down while we face the main task of marketing our candidates. They should market their candidates. Is that marketing?
All right.
And thank God now that COVID-19 is still even here. It's not going anywhere yet. The numbers are now on the increase. There is going to be a new approach to campaign. It may not be the old system of gathering people and shouting, hiring crowd here and there. It may not be. But the political parties and their strategists, as I speak, should also start thinking of how to strategize to reach the people. But all stakeholders are interested in Edo politics. The religious organization, the traditional institutions, the workers, everybody is interested. The market woman, everybody is interested.
Okay.
And above all, whoever is contesting, they are all our brothers
and sisters.
All of them cannot be governor at the same time.
Okay.
And we are going to make a choice of who is going to be a governor among all these people contesting. So if somebody legitimately emerges, every other brother and sister that is contesting should clap and say, okay, the next 4 years, we support you.
Okay, Honorable, he's still insisting that he hasn't seen a kind of a yes to what Mr. President talked about, lingering court cases. He talked about also the two secretariats of the APC still being in existence. Are they still in existence? If the answer is yes, don't you think that the party has been weakened in that angle?
Let me allay his fears.
Yeah.
He's not a party man. He has made us to understand now that.
But he's a citizen of Edo State and he's seeing things happening.
That the interest he has is for the betterment of Edo people.
Yeah.
Regardless of whoever. And that he is very mindful of the fact that Edo people on that day will determine who they are going to vote for. And nobody this time, considering the political situation, will be able to inform anybody who to vote for. And that as an RGP, as a Labour deputy, all government in power, they support those in power. So they are very careful not to offend anybody. But I understand you. The issue of party secretariat, you know, what the NEC has just said is that the issue of Edo State primaries has been ratified. Recall that prior to that primary, the National Working Committee wrote to INEC and the relevant authority that they have relocated their secretariat to a particular place. Now at Igewisi off Airport Road. And the Commissioner of Police, the Director of SS, and other security chiefs went to inspect the place before the arrival of the primaries committee headed by Hope Uzodinma. All these were legitimate visits that we saw those civil chiefs made. And that has given credence to the fact that INEC has also recognized that particular office as a place where elections will be collated, primary votes will be collated. And that has been done, and they have done that legitimately. And NEC, under the leadership of the president, has come to validate that. And that has given credence to the fact that the new office is the original office. Since he's not a party man, I'm not sure he can dabble into that extent. Because it's an archive of government power. That is like the inside.
But it's from what he's seen, from what he has heard, there are no changes.
I want to
okay.
With this explanation.
All right.
That as a young politician, he might not know to this extent. Like it is what they see in the pages of newspaper on social media.
But the chairman of that group was not in that NEC meeting. Aslam Joshua was in that NEC meeting.
But let me also tell you the reason why he attended. Before the NEC meeting's resolution, Giadon was a factional chairman, and Aslam Joshua belongs to Giadon's faction, and that is why he was informed. He was invited, and they have a code through which they attended through virtual telecom. So all these are certain things you might not know. So, and all those laying claim to the chairmanship are those who were in the court pursuing the fact that they are the original, the others are fake. That is what the NEC has come to put to rest. And as party man, I believe that my co-party man who has the interest of the party at heart will hearken to the directive of the president, which advise and order that all litigation in the case in the party should be discontinued. And Adams Oshomole has spoken yesterday when he granted a press conference, telling Nigerians that he has accepted that decision with good faith. And he also recounts how he was called by the president in the year 2018 to come and carry out reform. And that reform, you are aware, saw to the stepping on certain toes that were so big, like the likes of Saraki, who held sway in the Senate, the likes of Dino Melaye, who became the melodramatic senator of our time, and the other man, Shehu Sani, who from within were causing implosion that ignited the almost near collapse of the government under the watch of this party.
Honorable.
All these are certain things that precipitated the anti-Oshomole that culminated in this suspension.
Honorable, as it stands right now, APC has 2 secretariats, right?
1 secretariat recognized by the party.
But they have 2 buildings, right?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
That has been relocated.
Okay, fine. Let's leave it at that. Others will come and react to it. And I want the gentlemen to have the last line in this discussion because we're almost 30 minutes right now. We have others to really throw more light on this. 1 minute each, the way forward because of the crisis that has, some people say it's still brewing. Others saying, look, we are okay, we are fine. So please, 1 minute each, summarize.
And the way forward, I think Comrade Adams Oshomole's suspension needs to be officially lifted by his word. They need to do that urgently so that he can reclaim his membership of the APC. We want peace in Edo. He's one of our strongholds. No matter what anybody says, he has contributed his best to the system. And no man is infallible. He must have also had his own imperfection that would have led to what has happened. We are not going to throw away the baby with the bathwater. He's still useful to us. If not today, tomorrow it will still be of usefulness. Then for the APC as a political party, in Edo State, as I speak, they have 2 secretariats. They should think of how, the national APC should think of how to reconcile that. I will be glad if they can withdraw their cases and forge ahead as a single family. But the bottom line remains, all politicians who are contesting gubernatorial election and their deputies contesting are our brothers and our sisters. And the family, if everybody is angry, jostling for one position, the family will decide who will take it. And once the family decides, let there be no acrimonies.
Okay.
Let them go and do aggressive marketing. Let them put up their strategies. At the appropriate time, things will fall into shape.
Okay, thank you so much, Money Mike, modesty, and if you're honorable, in minutes, yes.
My 2 people, you see, I must thank the president for the swift intervention into APC crisis. Firstly, I want to advise all those who have gone to court to seek redress outside the party platform should go quickly and withdraw the case in line with the president's advice. Because the president has also added that anyone who failed to do that will meet with dire consequences. Thank the president for ratifying the primary selection of Pastor Sagi Zeyamu as the candidate of APC. And that in itself has indicated a much brighter interest that APC remain united. APC have 1 APC secretariat, the one at number 3 Iwisi Street off Airport Road. And the fact that the primaries of Edo State and all that they have done within these processes were ratified by the National Executive Committee, that has validly laid the matter to rest.
Okay, thank you.
I want to appeal to Edo people to now vote. Watch your eye, vote your conscience, vote for gratitude, and give ingratitude to ingratitude.
Thank you.
Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. We have other panelists waiting to throw more insight into what is happening, talking about the build-up to Edo 2020, fallout of the APC crisis. You heard my analyst. One is of the opinion that they still have two secretariats, along the same airport road. The other say, look, we have just one. So many intrigues. Are they going to abide by the rules, or will I say the directive of Mr. President when you talk about the Edo State gubernatorial election? Let's get to hear from other analysts. Do stay tuned.